Hey everybody, welcome to the Delivery Driver Pit Stop. My name is Michael, I'm your host. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Happy Tuesday to you. As always, I appreciate you tuning in. I consider myself the only channel on YouTube doing a gig economy news that tells it the way it is. I do not sugarcoat it. I don't play favorites because sugarcoating it does nothing for nobody, does nobody any good. And I will tell it the way it is, regardless if it has negative consequences on my channel, because I think I owe it to you that was gracious enough to tune in for me to tell it the way it is. With that being said, I've been doing a little bit of research the last few days and trying to, putting together this video that I wanted to talk to you about why I think GrubHub reduced its delivery pay for drivers from, I think it was 51 or 52 cents a mile. Forgive me, I can't recall. It's been a while. I'm sure someone's going to correct me. It's what happened when you get old. You forget. 51 to 52 cents a mile down to 22 cents a mile, which is the current rate. And when GrubHub did it, they basically said what DoorDash did, even though we're reducing it from 51, 52 cents a mile down to 22 cents a mile, you'll be making more money overall. Which since the new pay model went in for GrubHub, that's not the case. It's about no, it's a little less, I think, actually. So, I came across an interesting article a couple weeks ago that I'm going to read to you here. And again, this is my opinion. This isn't an official opinion. This is my opinion why I think GrubHub reduced the pay. Famous investor Jim Chanos, founder of Chanos Associates, said that GrubHub, a food delivery company, makes barely anything per order and that fees will go down while employee costs rise, according to CNBC. Right now, GrubHub is making almost no money per order, something in the neighborhood of 15 cents. There is just no margin in this business. And he goes on to say, we believe that pressure is occurring at both ends of the spectrum for the delivery companies. Not only are we seeing pressure on the labor side in California, with AB 5 just recently passing, we call these guys contractors, which the work is insidious. He also goes on to say that, excuse me, I got, allergies. Anyway, he goes on to say that companies like GrubHub and DoorDash cannot compete with Uber and Uber Eats because Uber and Uber Eats has a bigger infrastructure set up. So Uber Eats, they basically got a better profit margin for their companies. Now, this says a lot of things that I find quite interesting. So I wrote down some points here I'd like to make that help me go with the flow of this video. Again, they're making 15 cents roughly per order. So when that happens, and a company, the CEO, the board of directors have to answer to the shareholders on profits, they have to make profit every quarter. Otherwise, they're going to be answering to, again, the shareholders, and the shareholders have a vote that can really open a can and vote a lot of people out. So when GrubHub is only making 15 cents, per order, they have to get profit from somewhere. So that falls on three different people. It falls on the restaurants. They're taking profit from the restaurants, anywhere from 25 to 30% profit on the food. And as you know, restaurants already have a very thin profit margin on their food and food costs. They're also taking money away from the drivers, reducing it from the 50 cents down to 22 cents a mile. And they're also taking it from the GrubHub employees. Pay cuts, perhaps, less, not donating as much money to their 401k or their health plans. So where is GrubHub making the majority of their money? Since GrubHub reported they're making roughly over, north of $300 million per quarter profit. So where are they making all this money? Again, they're making on the backs of employees, restaurants, and drivers. So I think, me personally, they're making a lot. They're making extra money off of the advertising. They're charging these companies to be on their website. You know, these fees that GrubHub and DoorDash are being sued for that are outrageous, especially in the state of New York. GrubHub is getting their pantsuit off. They're making money on stock. But even with that being said, out of that $350 million they're making, per quarter, how much of that profit is overhead? So, they can boast about they're making $350 million, which a company would want to boast about making that type of money. Why? Because it'll drive the stock prices up, which in turn rewards the investors, the stockholders. So, and they're basically sugarcoating it, I think. Even though they're saying they're making $350 million, the true profit after they take away overhead is, I guarantee you, not as good. Reason being, stock for GrubHub has been flat lately and has not performed well. It's a buy market right now for GrubHub for stock, and that tells you that the forecasters, the stockbrokers, are not looking favorably on the stock of GrubHub. So, and that still does not bode well for drivers, because they reduced it almost 30 cents a mile, which is a joke. So what happens in the future if the stock continues to go down and stockholders demand that the board, and the CEO of GrubHub make more money, demand more profit on the stock, investment, return of investment on the stock? Are they going to cut driver pay again? I foresee, in order for GrubHub to compete, again, because DoorDash has recently took the reign of being king of the hill, I see that GrubHub, as well as DoorDash and all these others, they're going to have to find ways to save money. And the obvious place to save money is on the backs of the drivers. So I don't think GrubHub will be increasing our pay of 22 cents a mile anytime soon. Companies like GrubHub and DoorDash, they rely way too heavily on customer tips. They rely on hoping that customers tip these drivers enough, us drivers enough, that they can pay peanuts to keep these drivers on their platform, which is happening. I mean, $2 orders for DoorDash, low $2.50, $3 orders for GrubHub now at 22 cents a mile. I mean, I had a order a few days ago that I had to travel 11 miles there and 11 miles back, because where it was out in the middle of nowhere. So that was 22 miles round trip to get back into a hot zone. And I only got paid one way at 22 cents a mile. You do the math, $2, roughly $2.20 for 22 miles round trip. Or I know some mathematician's going to correct me, but you get the point. It's just, and with gas right now in California being $4, I mean, I just filled up yesterday. I have a compact Toyota Corolla, $4.45 a gallon, folks. I paid $52 on the neighborhood of $52 to fill up my car. And again, GrubHub and DoorDash doesn't pass, they don't adjust for cost of living adjustments for when our gas prices go up. So where does that extra money that we have to pay? It comes off of us. It comes off of our margin of profit. They're still getting their whatever service charges they're getting per order, and it's coming off our end. So we're the ones that are taking it in the shorts. We're the ones losing in this, especially with gas prices go up and maintenance. And again, I do not see GrubHub or DoorDash increasing wages for their drivers, increasing fees. I see totally opposite. I see the fees staying the same or going down. So if you think you're going to be making more money, I mean, I hate to say this about my Potbelly pig. You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. They can try to say, oh, we're going to change the pay model, but it's going to be great. You can still make as much. If that's the case, if you're still, math doesn't make sense. If you're reducing pay from 52, 53, whatever cents a mile for GrubHub down to 22 cents a mile, that's 30 cents a mile. That's going somewhere. That's going right to GrubHub's bottom line, their pocket. It's not going to our pockets, being taken from our pocket. And they like to spin it. I mean, these corporate companies are masters of spin, like politicians. They like to spin it like we're doing you a favor and you're making more money in the long run. No. So that is my opinion. That's where I think the truth lies. With them making 15 cents roughly per order, that's peanuts, and with their overhead. So they had to adjust something to keep their stock, their stockholders happy. So they do it on the backs of the drivers by reducing our mileage pay. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. I'm curious what you guys think about it. If you'd be so kind to leave an opinion in the comment section below. Tell me if you think the reason why DoorDash or GrubHub reduced their pay is because the profit margin is so thin, they have to take money from somewhere in order to appease the stockholders, to appease the stock board. Leave your comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. Tell me your opinion. I'm curious to know. As always, please be respectful. No trolls, please. If you appreciate videos like this, I would really, I want to say, I keep saying appreciate so many times. If you would give me a thumbs up on the video, a like. If you would, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and ring that doorbell. As always, you can follow me on social media. The links are in the description below. I thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time. Oh, and thank you for joining me for this 12-minute pit stop. Another long-winded pit stop, but I wanted to get my theory out there too, because with all this, research I've done, this is my theory and my theory alone, but I think it's a sound theory. Of course, this can't be proven in stone, but again, it's my theory. We will see you next time on the Delivery Driver Pit Stop. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.